This is for Rudy Avina. He left us way too soon. He was a Pilsen community member. Hi, I'm Kez Ban, Catherine Sourbeer. I'm a musician, among other things. I'm also a fire dancer, and I make balloon animals for kids' birthday parties. I play guitar and I sing, and I spend a lot of my time as a street musician. It's actually where I prefer to be. Once in a great while, I book a show at a bar or a restaurant. I've done a handful, but honestly, the street and the train are more rewarding and more fun. I was traveling for a long time. I was 17 years old, and I went on my first road trip from North Carolina, where I'm from, to Rochester, New York. I met another street musician who inspired that change. Like, through him, I realized that I could travel and still make an income at the same time. So I ended up traveling for a great number of years and ended up here in 2008 in Chicago, and I haven't left. I really like Chicago, and I live in Pilsen now. American Idol was fun. I always say it was a little bit like going back to high school and joining the circus at the same time. Other than getting a free trip to LA and some awesome food and a little bit of airtime, I think it sort of was enriching in the sense that musicians always sort of dream of their 15 minutes of fame or their way up or whatever. After Idol aired, I booked a bunch of little shows in the city and then eventually went back to playing on the street and the train because it's more lucrative and more fun. I love Chicago because it's a city of neighborhoods. I can be in Wicker Park one day, I can be in Pilsen the next, I can be over by Belmont and Clark, I can be downtown, the hardest thing about being a street musician for a prolonged period of time in one place is, say, in some smaller areas there's only one downtown strip. If you're there every single day, you start to have people, "Hey Kez Ban, how you doing?" Or "I have your CD at home," or "I bought your art and put it on my wall," you know. So your sales go down as well as your fun level, I suppose, because you're not seeing new faces as often. You're not you kind of burn up a territory eventually that you're playing at. So Chicago's really great because even if you were in the same spot every day, the faces change. There's a lot of people from out of town. There's a lot of people moving here just to go to school, or But I do rotate between different spots just so that I don't get bored as well. My advice to any street performers is to not play the very same song every day all the time. Switch it up a little bit, but do pick things that you think people can identify with. Pick a handful of covers and a handful of originals, and smile. Be friendly with people. Don't just play and look down. Play and look up in their eyes and smile and say hello and be friendly.